All right, greetings. Thanks for joining us in this broadcast. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Welcome to the channel for Only the Insane. Greetings. All right, so this is another secret space program connection. It's about past life connections of the secret space program. You know, it's just like pretty much like yesterday, but it's about past. Anyway, just where it goes. S4, Area 51. I was just going to put S4 there, but I don't think anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about. And 90 Arcturian channeling. So I'm not too big on the whole 90, 5D, 7D, whatever it is, the Arcturian or alien, any alien being, but some reason that's the one that people want to connect to, so that's fine. We'll just get a different perspective of that. How about that? So I guess it's just a healing realm for some people, obviously. I guess it's all healing, but it seems like just a healing dimension for some people. They just need to hear from that. Or almost like their angelic fountain of youth. Nothing wrong with that. So where am I going with all this? I'm not sure. So I might do more of this secret space. We'll see. See how superb. I just forgot about something. Anyway, too many things going on here. Just remembered. Not important. About the ascension or descension that's going on. Well, yeah, I think I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but yeah, we know where Trump was going to win or did win, and then all of a sudden Biden wins, so we kind of detracted a little bit. So because humanity is not ready for anything as usual, so but it doesn't mean for those that want to connect, you know, to 5D, 9D, whatever it is, it's continue to do that. Continue to be yourself. Not that this is going to stop you, but many humans here are not obviously not ready for anything, and that's fine. That's nothing new. So the detract as we try to go forward, and technically we can go forward, but humanity is not ready for it, obviously. And obviously, you could say those in the spiritual, developing spiritually, or maybe not be ready for it either, as much as they thought they were. So it's part of it too. So it's not just that those aren't ready for it, just want to ignore all this. The alien vibrations are going to continue to come and go because humanity is just not ready for much of anything. But once again, many in the spiritual community feel like they're ready, but maybe they're not as ready as they thought they were. So, especially when you have many star seeds that are coming here that are joining cults that have a major ego, you know, and just bring their drama here. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't mean that they're ready for alien connections here when they're still having difficulties with different alien races. So it's not here to heal from their conflict they've been through. What you can say is, can I do the secret space program? So we'll go into that. So just basically just keep doing what you got to do. Basically, just be yourself, and not that you weren't going to stop anyway, but the idea is just to keep going forward and just what your version of reality is. Just be whatever that is. If it's blue avians or red avians, whatever. If it's blue Jesus and all these different versions of Jesus, sure. I mean, who cares? You know, it's all so many different realities and vibrations. Like, you know, bring them all in. Why not? You know, especially if there's a Jesus fighting the spaghetti monster. Yeah, now that's a reality. Forgot about that one. Sure. Sure, why not? So, all right, we're going to secret space and all other things. So, okay, just an update. So, I'm slow to do anything these days. As Avatar.com, we have private sessions. We have a shop here. I'm on. I think I'm still in February. Well, not as much. I'm also on the 3rd of March, same situation here. Yes, the webinar for tomorrow and this Saturday. Social network rabbit behind the scenes. So great. Okay. So it's gonna be similar to last time. Basically, we connected to the secret space program consciousness, and I might do this for a while because it's just a healing. The thing is just this is just a. I mean, of course, this whole enterprise is a healing mechanism, but anyway, stop talking. All right, blessings, energies. Greetings to you. We are the secret space program. Consciousness. Yes, your diary to the other world. Worlds that have been forgotten. Your program is also, yes, have the ability to move planets. Of course, it depends on what dimension, what realm you're connecting to. There's also blue avian realms where they control the secret space program. And sometimes they're positive, sometimes they are not. Also, shapeshifters, they can also show up as cat beings. So you have aliens posing as other aliens, which is nothing new for some of you. Well, it's just that there are many galactic alliances like the Ashtar Command that's been taken over many times. Of course, there's a positive side to it, but there's many hijackings that's been going on. Through your Earth's energy, yes, your NASA is basically, yes, for humanity to realize that it's like, it's there as a like a beacon, you can say. It's like when you are ready to awaken, we can tell you more of our secrets. So we do see many whistleblowers in your future talk from NASA or connections with NASA in some form or another, contractors talking about what they're seeing. This is part of your great awakening that many of you are waiting for. As for what time frame that's going to occur, is still up in the air. So there is another version of NASA that is part of the SSP to make it easier for us to speak about it. Well, it's in sacred space 10 times over and over again. But there's a shadow side of NASA that goes into deep space where there are already colonies of humans, not necessarily worlds that are similar to yours, but enough environment. They've also brought humans to cat worlds, to blue avian worlds. Some of those are slave humans, but eventually the alien beings would allow them to be free, but it all depends on the agreement there. Some of those humans are brought there for hybridization purposes, basically. Some of it is to help assist a dying species to evolve, and others are just to weaponize a human and to use it for manipulation on different worlds. So basically, it's a human from Earth, and sometimes humans from Earth are worshipped by other alien beings. It all depends. And yes, in Orion, there are also humans from your planet. So used as collateral. Sometimes they're used as diplomatic reasons too, as councils. So we're just telling you different versions of realities. This is up to you. If you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. Not everyone's going to tap into all these realities, but yes, there's a Sputnik of diversity. Not everyone's going to see everything, but we are here to unlock realities that some of you might not have seen, heard, felt. Of course, there's different versions of Mars, different colors of it, as Mars has been used to weaponize Earth many times. Also, versions of the secret space program where Earth and Mars are actually closer together. So this reality, yes, is choose your adventure, you can see, in some form or another. The shadow side of your NASA Yes, once again, they're known to go into deep space. They are not part of your SpaceX, far from it. Your SpaceX is kind of like a warm up of things to come, but still, you're not going to get the full truth of it. Some of you have had past lives connected to the secret space program, which you think was recently, but actually, it could have been 100, 200, 300 years ago, as you were assisting the Earth and going to its ascension, and then everything went to hell. Like in the 1700s to 1800s, he was an alien being here to assist the planet. But then war broke out, and all disclosure was shut down. There's many timelines like that. Some are still going through the traumas of it. Many have died in space. Of course, when you die in space, part of the secret space program is going to be more ingrained into you, as because you would die before your time. So yeah, that can leave a gaping hole within yourself. And so you're always reaching out to it, trying to relive it in some form or another. You're actually healing. Basically, yes, you come to this planet because this is the planet that you're assisting. And there's many space stations in your Venus, even Martians on Venus. Martians are actually known to have very advanced DNA developments, geneticists. They keep it to themselves for the most part, but that's another war that's going on, you can say. Almost like a Mission Impossible situation, meaning that beings are trying to get what they have. They're trying to do little things to see what they're doing. So there's a lot of spy situations going on there. Yeah, your world keeps things active, doesn't it? Once again, teleportation is another technology that some of their secret space program wars are about. Of where the teleporters are taking beings out, and also cloaking machines where technologies where you're not always seeing who is there. It's also cloaking technologies we can't even see a dimension. So those are very advanced. And a lot of it has a Zeta presence there, even Arcturian presence there, where even dimensions are locked. It's kind of difficult to do that. You have to be at a certain vibration to see through it, to see the technology of it. But as you know, they can lock down a planet. They can also lock down a dimension. Yes, that is quite out there, but it does exist. So and sometimes you can get trapped in those dimensions too, which causes even more difficulty when you incarnate here with those memories. So it's like you're living in a mirrored reality, a ghost reality, where nothing really makes much sense. Of course, this world has a lot of that fragmented. So many souls that are incarnated here that are healing from the secret space are just fragmented, traumatized memories, trying to put it all together. Some have been quite negative here and still healing that side of. Some of you have been commanders, and as a commander, you feel like guilt for losing out on a war or not seeing everything clearly. As a war in space can get quite complicated, as it does get complicated here. So as your Earth is slowing down its wars here, I mean, there's still going to be some, but your wars in space become more well known, meaning the downloads become more clear to some of you. So the realities are going to be all over the place. What we're getting at. It might have been in the past, might have been in the future. It's all over there. So it's up to you what you feel you're connected to. There's a feline realities that are beings that are assisting you. There's also Palladian, of course. It's just different fragmented connections that some of you are going into. It's just pieces of reality. They're not always going to. And yes, many humans are not ready to heal, to bring in your alien vibrations. If that was the case, our message would be known more. They're just, they can listen to this, but they're not really ready to fully experience what's really out there. Some of you are, but because of the traumas, you might say you're ready, but yes, I'm not sure if you want to reconnect. Because there's a lot of responsibility goes into a position like that as you're part of. And no matter what position you are in a secret space, it still can be surreal. One day everything's fine, the next day everything's not fine. Like Afghanistan in space. There are calm places and other places where there are not. There are places where there's conflict, especially around Mars, but Mars is in Venus, but usually it's around Mars normally. You say Mars is the Middle East of space. Only because of its history. Its history is that going to always make complete sense to everyone because a lot of it's been lost, depending on what realm you are connected to. For the deep healing, of course, it is once again traumatizing. It's just a lot there. A lot of it's connected to Orion, meaning that some have asked assistance from Orion, but end up getting an invasion instead. Some of you have, as in a secret space, you'd actually go into Orion and live there instead of this Earth. It's like, you would defend Earth, but go live in Orion. Actually live a pretty decent existence, actually. But normally those are part of secret space, or normally living in space. On a space station, you might live on a planet, but your life is usually connected to the stars in some form. So it's a space station, a ship, somewhere out there. It's just being out in the unknown. It's like being out in the desert, but a little bit more sophistication there, where to go. So past life energies, yes, are not the easiest to heal. The trauma from past lives are, yes, dozens and dozens of lifetimes that aren't going to fully manifest themselves here. It can be too traumatizing to remember these things. Those that are remembering reptilian wars, a lot of times, from our perspective, those are wars that have been done a long, long time ago. So a lot of them have calmed down, actually. It's the human here that's having difficulties letting go. It's not just fear, it's soul growth. It's not necessarily fully manipulation by the alien beings, because humans still have power within themselves. It's just they get stuck in the culture, and the culture writes itself. The belief system within the culture is like being born, getting married, doing the same old thing, what you're being told. And there's no alien there, usually. But some of you, as you bring in this vibration, you're shifting what is used to be normal is now the abnormal, meaning alien energies, angels, and so on. So you're bringing that into your family energy. So somebody there is going to be interested in it somewhere, somehow. Even if nobody is, the vibration is still there. So you are splitting the old vibrations to new energies to come in, which will make the secret space a little bit more clear over time. Once again, the reason why it's being remembered, a lot of it has to do with trauma. Not always, but for some, it's trauma. Especially those that have been kicked out of certain space of legions of groups. Some of them a little bit bitter. And some alien beings that have taken over civilizations are here to continue that through channeling groups. They invaded, they came off friendly, and they manipulate society. They're here right now. So, greetings. We are the consciousness of S4, Area 51. Yes, where the aliens are. We are not much different than S or Dulce. As our vibrations, we are here when humanity is ready to see us more clearly. There are times when alien beings are actually walking out in front of S4, even Area 51 itself. Of course, normally there's nobody there to see it. So you see in your future energies, well, we do see humans when the fear is over, when the manipulation is clear, when humanity is ready to move on from the sports arenas and fast food and ready to connect to themselves, which is, yes, very difficult. When you connect to yourselves and see your galactic connections, as it becomes more part of your culture, or your news media seems more alien. We don't see your news media going away anytime soon because it's going to transform into more of an alien vibration, meaning that they're going to look more retro. Doesn't mean it's going to be Palladian news, but maybe one day it'll be something similar. People with silver hair, just a little bit more elaborate than it is at this time. So S4, yeah, basically every planet that has a third dimension, at least at the form that you're in, is going to eventually have some kind of disclosure. Especially when you have technologies, alien technologies, because you bring in a contract. So that contract allows it more to bleed through into your reality. I mean, it's been agreed upon for alien technology to be here. So there are places where the aliens are, of course. And of course, there are illusions. There's a lot's been kept back, but overall, your reality can open up to alien vibrations here. I mean, basically, there's other dimensions here. There's a whole alien society. You're just not seeing it. And some of them get up and go to work. There's a lot of tall whites they don't get up and go to work, but there's a lot of tall white presence there. A lot of tall whites are also keeping a lot of this alien presence quiet, as they know the preservation of humanity is so important, as they are warning a great deal about themselves, as they've had many wars with each other. So they see a lot of themselves in humanity. Of course, they're more galactic, but they've seen a primitive side of themselves has been very similar to this Earth. But for alien disclosures, when the talking points are on a mainstream level, basically mainstream media allowing more, like they say, and send in investigative reporters into S4 and take it more seriously. Doesn't mean that they break in. They're just researching it more. It's on your 11 o'clock news. They're just taking it more seriously. I know people laugh about it, but now they're going to, they're just looking at it from a different perspective. And they go on and on and on and look at other alien sites as humanity begins to allow that to come into your environment. So that will show more sightings occur. But the violence on this planet has to come to at least a half, 50% or less. So domestic, I mean, yes, you can blame the aliens all you want for domestic disputes. It's still the humans here. You can blame whoever you want. It's still humanity is still holding back. So even the human trafficking, humanity needs that vibration as it's still not willing to, it's still healing itself. And a lot of the human trafficking does come from the secret space program, yes. A lot of worlds have been taken over. A lot of people have been taken hostage and brought here. So they're in other dimensions, but it is there to lower the Earth's vibration. But humanity already has its own problems. Humanity can evolve from it, but they're not quite ready for that, as you can see. But for S4 energies, we just see more of your, well, time frame. We don't have a time frame of it. Also, your museums, like alien museums, alien artifacts, become more online, and more of like your pyramids are no longer locked up and allowed to be more explored, such as underground your Sphinx. Basically, what is locked off is now open. But that all depends on humanity's vibration. So it's really, I mean, spirit has a more clear indication of it. But it's basically humanity just learns to live with itself a little bit easier. Not so divided, more friendly. Not an easy one, of course. The war within is going to be. We do see a lot more psychologists, people of the mind, therapy coming in to activate it to help people heal from their problems, so, which is good when those are ready to face their problems. Greetings to you. We are the 9D Arcturian race. Yes, healing your chakras, letting you be what you are, letting humanity sort itself out, not to interfere, for us not to interfere. Yes, you're there to help you find the right partner when it's ready, or to find that right job when you're ready for it. Basically, help with timelines for you to discover more of yourselves. So much of your aliens play a role in your timelines to help you connect. They're kind of like spirit guides in some regard. Some of you have probably seen them. Basically, the architects of your reality in a different realm. So humans are not obviously ready to see these things due to, wouldn't call it manipulation, just call it hard-headedness from different realities that you come from. Not wanting to heal, not feeling there's anything wrong with it. I'm fine. Everything's just great. This reality of 24-hour a day manipulation is all right with us. This is the good life. If you call this the good life, yes, well, there's a lot of soul healing that needs to be done there. Especially when telepathic energies are disconnected. When you have a church that is using fear to pull in an audience. And so in the monetary system that we do see calming down in your future once humans are ready to let it go, of course. And humans will be one day, yes. As for the time frame, well, because they become reliant on it, it gives them purpose, gives them reality. But as you go into your more spiritual vibrations, you realize you don't need food so much, and shelter, you just find a way to bring that energy closer to you. It just you have a stronger sense of manifestation. Yes, you need the money system for right now. Of course, many in the third dimension, of course, most people are dependent on it for obvious reasons. But as more of the spiritual community starts to engage more of their higher dimensional selves, money becomes more understood but less wanted. Like you need it, but you don't. You need it, but you don't need it. You need to do certain things, but you don't really care about it. That's your future human. I mean, because most of the humans here are going to be still tangled by it due to the manipulate. Well, they kind of created that themselves too. You blame the aliens all they want. Humans can unravel their problems all they want, but if you're enjoying that problem, we're enjoying that domestic bickering that's going on, especially when you have a family member, it feels like they're a dictator of the family, and they're not about to change that anytime soon. It's like, you fought other kingdoms and round tables of, manipulation. Now you have it at your home, called family, as you have dictators in your own family that has to be healed. And how many of them are about to change that? How many of them are going to be open-minded? Yeah. So now you know where the next battle is. Not to try to bring them into spiritual understanding, but for you to understand why they are the way they are. Some of them have been kings, queens, princesses, things like that. And they got their way. And now you're here to deal with it. Let them clear out the process. When you have a lifetime as a king, princess, whatever it might be, in power, it's not something you just let go and now I can be poor. normally it's not how it works, especially when you get your way all the time. Letting go of that is very difficult. Yeah. Some of you have actually found the poor life as a godsend compared to, yes, it might be struggling, but at least you don't have to deal with the major egos that's out there. Of course, you might deal with problems already, but it's like you're going more within yourselves, which is very. So there is, yes, 5D energies coming through, but some are still connected to the 4D energy or 3D energy, or yes, 2D, depending on the mentality. It's just letting go of that ego of power is uneasy. Yes, you might yell at the CEOs of these companies, but once again, when you look at some of the family dynamics, like, ouch, that might be worse. I mean, yes, it might be. If you cringe going to the holiday party, that might tell you something. It's like, wow, the royal family is here. I don't have to go to London to find it. It's in my front yard, and now I'm not sure what to do about it. So there's much of that going on. So basically, in your new developments, be able to see these other lifetimes that are causing problems in the family. The family, yes, as glorious as it is where a lot of problems are created that don't have to be created. And it's not on your evening news of how to heal it because they don't know how the hell to heal something like that. They'll just, it's easier just to tell you a bunch of bad news than to heal a family. Where they start talking about the bad news in the family, that might help heal it. This family needs self-love. Some of these dictators in your family need to cool it down a little bit and at least be open-minded a little bit more. So that's your next evolution is a family union. Now, obviously, to hear this communication is like, oh, I don't think so. Everything's fine. I know exactly what's going on. Biden's president, and he looks okay, even if he's not mentally there. Far from it. The Biden character, why he's there is a reflection of society. Is a reflection of society at this time. Your government is a reflection of society. If it's gone crazy, then society has gone crazy. Not all of society, but quite a bit of it. Enough to give that power. So, how to heal it is, yes, send it love for truth to be seen. So you wonder why truth has not been seen yet, because humans aren't ready to see the truth, especially in your government systems. That one's a tough one. I mean, it's like looking at your own family. It's like, are your family members ready to hear their own truth? No. Most no. Some yes, most no. Most are just screaming. It's like, shut the hell up. I know better than you. Same as your government. Your government's doing the same thing. Is a product of your humanity. So to heal that energy, yes, they're keeping a lot of secrets. Families keep a lot of secrets. So just healing that, yeah, just sending it love basically. And just seeing it differently. Yes, if you go home and see like a parent as a feline being or a canine, whatever it might be, as a dictator, that's going to give you an idea of what you're dealing with. If you see it as a loving Palladian being, that is nice. A little more open-minded. That's the ideas for open-mindedness. That's how your earth heals. There's open-mindedness. Getting over the judgmental stuff, which is very difficult for many. Well, because they have to be judgmental, because when you have a dictator of the family, they know everything. King of the castle, literally, or queen. And taking that mantle, taking that title down is painful. It's like, you're just like rest of us. No, I'm not. I'm king. I'm queen. No, none of that. Won't hear any of that. So healing that vibration. Yes, good luck with that. So as you see the family units heal, become open-minded, first off, that's, yes, a grace from God. That's when your government finally starts to untangle itself and be a little bit more open-minded itself, as it's willing to open its ear, because right now it's closed. It is a reflection of family units. Trust us, it is. It says a lot of stuff and does none of it. Yeah, I'll clean my room. I'm not going to do that. Clean up this city? No, that's not going to happen. I'll preach though, so I can get elected. So you just see a lot of things breaking down in your future, guys. As once again, the family unit has to be healed here. Yes, family secrets, no more. Obviously, going to have some secrets, but not a million secrets where nobody knows what the hell's going on. So new energies.